What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jermane'S. Today I'm going to be very transparent and be very honest with you guys. The fragrance review community is dead. It's dying, guys. I'm going to say it again. The fragrance review community is dying. There's nothing transparent, honest, and most of all objective coming out of the fragrance review community these days. Most of these influencers are getting paid by one brand or another. So essentially, the brand is paying them what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and how to deliver the content. There's absolutely no objectivity behind what is coming out of the community these days. Listen, I don't have a problem with people getting paid, but one thing is the truth has to be there. You have to be very objective, you have to be very transparent, and you have to tell people the truth and not just what the brands that are paying you want you to say to these people. The fragrance review community have lived past its days of truth and honesty. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Jeremy Fragrance really pioneered this community on social media, YouTube, etc. And listen, I think Jeremy Fragrance is one of those influencers who are being very transparent and honest, even though he's different. I'm not going to throw any shades at Jeremy's way, but he's different. But ever since Jeremy pioneered this community, it's like, you know, everyone now is doing it. Most people are doing it, and they're getting paid by these big brands. And most of these brands that are paying them are the Middle Eastern brands. So pretty much they're saying what these brands want them to say. And, you know, there's nothing honest and transparent coming out of the community. Imagine you buying a house, right, on the market today, and the person you're buying the house from, they own the inspection company, they own the certification company, they own the mortgage company, and they own the title. And they're going to do what's best for them. They're going to do what's best for them, and they're going to do what's best in their interest. So that's why the conflict of interest now is in the fragrance review community, and not many of your influencers out there are really telling you the truth. They're just telling you what you want to hear, or what the companies that are paying them, you know, want you to hear for you to buy these fragrances, which I'm not saying these fragrances are good or bad for you in any shape or form, but what I'm saying is the information that is coming out of this community has been diluted and has been compromised over the past few years. Listen, it's not like in the early 2010s or 2011, 12, 13, 14 or so on, when there were a few guys on these platforms who were buying a bunch of fragrances and really making true and honest review about these fragrances, and really enjoying and using these fragrances, and really, you know, putting people on and telling people about it in an honest and objective fashion. Now, it has changed, guys. It has changed. It has literally changed. And, you know, you have to really consider and look who you're listening to these days to really drop some content, to really understand the content they're dropping, and really take notes from the content they're dropping, because most of your favorite influencers, guys, are compromised. They are being paid by these Middle Eastern brands, one or two of them, or whatever, and they're just making content that is not true, and they're making content to appease these brands, and they're not being objective and honest about the fragrance that they're literally reviewing. There are some reviewers that I really have respect for, that I've been watching over the years, you know, and I have very high level of respect for them. I would say Bowtie is one of them that I really respect. I think that, I might be wrong, but I think that he's been very objective over the years. He's been very transparent. He has been very honest, and he actually put me into a few fragrances that, you know, I really like, and, you know, I watch his videos and stuff like that. Another one is Big Beer Business, the BBB on YouTube right now, and he has been very transparent and honest, etc. And, you know, I think that he's not doing it just for, you know, he's getting sponsors and getting paid by these brands, but he's doing it because, you know, he just like it. He's been doing it. I've been rocking with him since we was talking about beard, etc. And the OG of all is Kevin Samuels. If you go back to Kevin Samuels' videos, he talk about men's etiquette and dress codes and fragrances, a whole bunch of stuff Kevin talk about. He's a very controversial character, but like he he was in the game just to tell you about the fragrances and when to apply them and how to apply them. And I think he was being very transparent behind his message. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. And another guy I talked about earlier was Jeremy Fragrance. Jeremy Fragrance is one of them guys who really dive deep into fragrances and tell you about fragrances, and he was just in it, man. He was just telling you, listen, when you see Jeremy, if you watch a few Jeremy old videos, you'll see that what he was doing and how he was doing it back then. I know Jeremy's a bit different today, but he was being very honest and objective. He doesn't hesitate to tell you if a fragrance is not good or if a fragrance just doesn't appeal to the way the company said it. As I said, there's one or two of them. That's it, guys. I think the fragrance review community, man, is going down. It's dying. There's nothing objective behind it anymore. And it is just sad to see how a few people just come in and just wreck the community and, doesn't have transparent and credible information distributed in the community. So please, guys, if you would like to see the fragrance review community go back to what it was before, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and spread this message, because we have to stop and think, and become aware of what's going on around us, because it's a very nice niche. It's a very good niche, and the community has been compromised, and we would like to see the community go back to where it was, man. And I don't want to see the community keep going down and keep dying, and the lies and the misrepresentation and the misinformation that is spreading within the community continue to go. And please, guys, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy Jermane'S, and I drop fragrance review content. I do most content. My niche is on fragrance. I do a whole lot of stuff. Just check my channel out, and please remember, subscribe, share this message, so we could really get the community back to the standards it was before. All right, I'm out. Peace.